Bill Merritt and Jalen Lane of the rookies have really made an impression.
I think so.
How much of rookies really making impression the first 2 weeks of camp do you kind of buy into and predict the future off of?
I mean, like I always say, show me why they drafted you, right? It doesn't have to be 20 plays. Just show me 2 in a practice.
Yeah.
2 plays, show me why they drafted you. And those guys are doing it. And Amos certainly is doing it way more than 2 plays, right? So, yeah, I mean, look, Bills look really good so far, like really good, you know. And I think
that run he had today, dude.
Yeah, I know,
the little jump cut in the hole.
Oh, he got that.
I know.
I've been watching him do that all training camp.
Yeah, right. It's there.
I kept saying his vision is impeccable, but he is the type of guy where when he steps, he moves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys get over there rolling on their legs.
Exactly.
He's always on the inside part of his, when he's trying to go over there.
That's a skill, right? Like you got to develop that. So he's been coached well because he doesn't miss the hole ever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's a great sign. So yeah, I mean, look, I think Conley's going to be fine. I know everybody's going crazy about it. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I thought Cliff said about him was really good. He's like, man, he's doing everything we want.
Yeah.
He's trying to learn a new position. It's not easy.
It's going to take a minute. He's a rookie. You know, like in his first round pick and pressure and all that. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, Bill has looked really good so far. Like really good.
The thing for me, like when they got these practices coming up against the Patriots.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it because now they're not familiar with what they're doing.
Exactly.
They now have to go out there and show that they now can take what they've learned and bring it with them.
Right, and guys that, you know, you're playing against guys that want to make their name off of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Like New England ain't New England no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they got to get back to the top. Well, Washington was in the championship game last year, so New England's like, oh, let's show people how much better we are.
Yeah.
So it's going to be those are live practices. I don't know why every team in the league doesn't do this every year with multiple teams, and just keep it like you can't play your divisions, but like them playing Baltimore every year. This makes all the sense in the world.
Right.
It's easy. It's an easy trip. New England's a relatively easy trip, you know. So yeah, you got to do this. That's the best way to get ready. Like live ammunition is the best way.
I still think the weirdest thing during the Ron era is we all had to go to Kansas City for a preseason game without joint practices.
Yeah.
Like, that's travel, dude.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
None of this travel during preseason makes no sense. Just like in the NBA, it makes no sense. Why are you going cross country to play an exhibition game?
Right.
That makes no sense at all. Just keep it regional so the travel is limited. An hour flight, okay, but there's no reason that anybody in any sport, if you're going to play a preseason game against somebody or have a practice, within an hour and a half tops, that's it.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, you know, during the Bruce era, they always had that last preseason game at Tampa.
Yeah.
And that was just like a little vacation for the
Exactly.
boys. Like they just went down there and partied.
Right, I know, but that doesn't help you get, and it showed.
Right, exactly. Our friend David Aldridge is joining us here on the Rude Guest Hotline. You can follow DA at David Aldridge DC. You know what's pretty remarkable is outside of the Terry thing, and we'll ask you about that, but like there's not a lot of real storylines to watch. There's not a lot of roster battles. Like you get, you know, position battles. You get further down, I'm really curious kind of what happens with the D linemen and stuff.
Right.
What, if anything, has caught your eye in the biggest way beyond the Terry thing?
You just look at their offensive line potential and you just go, wow. Like they could be really good, like really good. You know,
Tunsil looks really good.
He's just insanely big and just massive and just everything you think he would be. And Coleman, I know he didn't practice today, but being inside, you can see his size plays inside.
Yeah.
When he's in a phone booth with somebody wrestling, that could work. You know, he's outside in space, that doesn't work as well for him. But inside, that could work. He's playing between Tunsil and Biotish, like.
That's graduate school.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's pretty good. Like, you know, right? And so the right side, I mean, it could be Wiley. It could be Alligretti. I mean, they got options until Cosme comes back. But then, I mean, Dan said it again today. Like, week one's not off the table for Cosme, you know, which is crazy to me, considering that was in January.
Late January.
Yeah, I mean, that was 7 months ago. Like,
and he hasn't practiced.
Right. So let's just say he's back week 5 just to be safe. Like, that's still an amazingly fast recovery from that for a big guy, especially, you know. So, you think about him, and again, I think Coleman's going to be fine, or I think
Connerly.
Connerly's going to be fine at tackle. Is he going to make mistakes? Sure. If he makes too many of them, guess what? You take him out, you put Wiley back in. They got options. Their options are good options, too.
When two of your starters from last year are now your top 2 depth guys,
Exactly.
that is really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah.
I do want to ask you about Terry. I don't mean this to be overly simple. How much fun is it to watch Jayden Daniels?
Yeah.
It really is, dude. Every day. And you said that last year about him.
Give me one
You're
or
like,
two plays to see why they drafted
Right.
him. He only did 250 of them.
Right. You see the throw he made to Debo on the sideline today. I was right in front of Debo when he caught that. And it was a great catch. Don't get me wrong. But it was a perfect pass. Like, it was perfect. Like,
You see
exactly where it needed to be.
and you see him every couple, like, it's a frequent occurrence
Unbelievable.
that you kind of
It
get
happens
a
very often.
jaw-dropping play.
Yeah. And this is where, fossils like me, you start to write stories, not about the contract, because he'll get paid. But just, look, y'all need to appreciate how good this guy is. Like, don't
Totally.
take this for granted. Like, he's really good.
We did a segment the other day on, like, who's catching your eye during camp,
Yeah.
right? And, like, everybody wants to talk about, like, the Kane Madrano, 5th rounder
Yeah,
out of
he's
he's
been-
got real wheels.
been terrific.
But, like, we can't lose sight of the dude that catches your eye most is
Jayden.
5.
5.
You
5-0 also.
You can't stop looking at him.
Sarah still does a lot of great stuff.
Totally.
You know, guys that have already done it. And I think, when we looking for who's catching your eyes, people immediately go to somebody new.
Sure.
Now, the dude that was here last year, he's gotten even better.
He's a real deal,
And,
man.
hopefully, Lattimore's been pretty good, and that's going to be
Looks healthy.
huge.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be huge for them. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to be pretty good.
Right.
And the other kid's
Amos
pretty
looks
good.
good, yeah.
And Sarah Still's pretty good. Now you got 3 pretty goods.
Yeah.
Whereas 2 years ago they had 3. Woo.
Bro, last year, week 1 was Mike Davis, Benjamin St. Juste, and Emmanuel Forbes. Those are your
Yeah.
3 corners on the field. Like, that's
So they're a little better now.
Yeah. Talking with our friend David Aldridge from The Athletic. You can give DA a follow at David Aldridge DC. Read all of his work in The Athletic. Where are you at on the Terry situation?
I'm going to write about this probably I don't know if tomorrow or Wednesday. This has got to get done this week. It has to. Like this, the calendar. You got no more time. The calendar is going to start going very quickly after this week. He has to get in pads and practice against people. Ideally, it's not going to be this week in New England because this week's gone. Even if he signed in 10 minutes,
Right, he's not
playing
right.
this week. This week's gone for him. So next week, you really want him on the field for practices in the preseason game against Baltimore because that's when most of the starters are going to play the most minutes. No, is it going to be a half? I don't know, but it's going to be whatever they play is the most they're going to play in any game.
Yeah.
Because preseason game 3 they're not playing. You know what I mean? So now he gets the week 3. He hadn't practiced. He hadn't played against anybody. And you're basically starting to shut your regulars down until the regular season starts. So it's got to be this week to get him ramped up to the point where he maybe can participate next week against Baltimore, which is the most important week of the preseason.
I think both sides can do better. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I know we've been hearing all these numbers, and me and JP talk about this on a regular basis about they care about the AAV. But if you get the guarantees that Metcalf got, you get closer to that,
Right.
you can get a deal done.
Yeah.
And I think also the player has to realize at this point, you got to tell your agent, look, bro,
Yeah, I know.
I understand
Yeah,
that
right,
what
right.
you want, you're trying to
Right.
get the biggest contract you can.
Right. And I want the biggest
But I
contract.
want
But
I want the
get ready to
most
play.
money that's going to go in my pocket when I sign this
right
thing.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's ways to do that.
Convert some this year.
Yeah, well, you can bump them up. You can extend. You can,
Right.
there's a lot of ways. Or you can renegotiate and extend. There's lots of ways, and I'm sure they've gone through these. But you're getting to the point where you have to now pick one of these.
Yeah.
These are not 3 great options, but they're better than not playing. Like you can't not play. That doesn't work.
And if you talk about your not great options, if the hiccup or one of the hiccups right now, one of the holdups is his age. A year from now, you're only older.
Yeah.
Like the guarantees will be less.
Right.
That's just the reality.
Right. Plus, I mean, look, I think Terry has value around the league, but if you start to really look at team by team by team by team, like who's going to give Washington what they would obviously be asking for in a trade, and where does Terry want to go? Like, that's not with 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Interestingly enough, I think the team that would pay the most in a trade compensation and pay the most for Terry is the one we're going to see this week. I think New England.
maybe. And again, no disrespect to Drake May. He's
Who
gonna
might
be a
be a
pretty
good player,
quarterback,
right.
but he ain't
He ain't
5.
five,
No.
Not 5.
No.
You know what I mean? So, like, where do you think you're going to go that's going to be better for you? Like, you need to, like, you did this for 6 years. You played with guys that weren't good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you made them better
And
than
then
they
you
were.
play 1 year with a guy that is damn good, and you know what your production was.
You know what
with
you're going
him.
to get, and you're on a team that's all in on winning this year, clearly. And this is where the team has to come correct, to me. Like, they're not building through the draft here. They're not doing, oh, we're going to be good in 3 years, check back. No. You just gave up 6 draft picks for 2 guys who can help you win right now.
Right.
Right.
And I get it. I have no problem with that strategy. But winning right now, you got to have 17 on the field.
Right.
So that's what you got to get this done.
To me, one, I think Terry signs. I think this all gets solved. 2, the question of like, oh, is this a playoff team without Terry? Yes. When you have Jayden Daniels, you're a playoff team, right? Like you're in the playoff conversation.
Yeah.
But not having 17 limits your ceiling.
Margin for error.
Are you going to the
close
NFC
nothing.
title game without Terry? I don't think so.
Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. The playoffs weren't 3 years ago. The playoffs were 6 months ago.
Right.
Touchdown at Tampa, touchdown at Philly, touchdown in Detroit.
50-yard house call on a screen. Right.
Yes. Like
He hasn't lost that in 6
no,
months.
not in 6
And-
months.
and what,
No.
what I think everybody needs to understand is they started slow the first
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 games.
It was the touchdown catch against Cincy that kind of
That
Then
got-
all of a
got it
sudden,
going.
they went for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can hit the ground running this year.
Exactly. You hit the ground running.
Yes,
and you have
totally.
a chance to now maybe have your playoff games at home instead of going on the road for 3 straight. Like, you can't afford to just give away 3 games in the first month and a half and go, well, we'll make that up in November. Doesn't work like
It
that.
doesn't work like that at all.
Totally. I would not mind not having to go to Detroit in January again.
It was fine. I mean, it was better. Well, I like L.A., but I wasn't really trying to fly out to L.A. for
No.
championship games.
Tampa was great.
Tampa was great. Detroit was fine. It's cold, but it was fine.
Yeah, we'll
You
be
know,
all right. David, thank you very much, man.
Appreciate
your
it.
time.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Always appreciate it,
Sorry
man.
for the cursing.